We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the QQQ stock continuing to fight to try to hold support above the 348 area here in the second half of the day and doing a full transition from the rip area to the dip area. And in today's volatility, our QQQ bot sent out a bear indicator at 10:05 a.m. and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 500% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see there popping up within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the QQQ trying to hold support here above 348 and also doing a full transition from the rip area to the dip area. And I'm going to share with you guys the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow, what the inflow versus outflow is showing, and the bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot sent out a bear indicator at 8:10 a.m. and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see there popping up within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the QQQ doing a full transition, as I stated earlier in the video, from bright green bars to white with red borders, as I called the dip area. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with QQQ under a bear indicator at around the 355.20 area, and outflows crossing over in the first half of the day, guys. This is one of the most significant outflow crossovers and going down towards negative 7.05, one of the deepest and steepest outflows that we've seen on the QQQ in days and weeks, guys. We have not seen the outflows this far down, and it's done a full move from 355 area to the 348, 350 area, right? It's trying to fight here in the second half of the day to try to hold above 348, and we're gonna talk about the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow and how crucial and critical these inflow versus outflows will be. Now, when we zoom out on the 1 hour, we could see that the outflows have crossed as well. Full transition from the rip area to the dip area here, but a bear indicator has been popped up since way back here at 354, and that 354 area got broken through today. It was trying to hold it yesterday, and that bear indicator had significant outflows today, guys. Inflows tried coming back up yesterday, nowhere to be found here, and it's going to be crucial and critical going into tomorrow to justify any possible strength to the upside for these inflows to switch from red to green and head back up towards the midpoint and eventually cancel out this bear indicator with a possible bull indicator on the 1 hour chart in the larger time frame. But when we zoom back in here to the 30-minute, these inflows will be crucial, and not just that, but the 15-minute as well, guys. Those outflows crossed over. You also have that bear indicator there at around 355 area. Full transition from the rip area to the dip areas here. Most of the day, it's been white with red borders. And in the second half of the day, inflows try to pick back up. You could see that slight move back up from around 349 to 350 area. Came right back down. Why? Because these outflows are still dominating, guys. We're still below the midpoint at negative 3.63 here in the after hours. And it's going to be critical and crucial if these inflows cross over for there to start to be a reflection of that strength into these charts. But it won't begin until these inflows stay green and pull back up and cross over the midpoint to eventually cancel out this bear indicator and possibly roll over that strength into the 30-minute chart. So these inflow versus outflows are going to be critical and crucial. I would not ignore them, and I'm going to be watching them very carefully going into tomorrow. Now, the first key level I would watch is the support of the day, the lowest point so far, and it bounced off of it at the 348.20 area. If you want to round that down to 348, you can. That is the first support I'll be watching, and if these outflows reject lower away from the midpoint here on the 15-minute and reflect that weakness into these charts pretty quickly to retest those lows, well, the next support below that, based off the history of the chart, that I will be watching is when you zoom out here, we could see it where that bull indicator popped up, 348.20 area, and that's where things bounced today. If that gets broken through, the next support that things double bottom off of right here when it was last week, bouncing around the 346 area, is going to be the 346.50 area. And if that gets broken through, the next support below that is 345. So those are the key levels I'll be watching if these outflows continue to dominate, and if there's a rejection there on the 15-minute, and also if that rolls over to persist the weakness here on the 30-minute and 1 hour. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to pull back up, guys. Go from red to green, cross over that midpoint, and eventually cancel out this bear indicator with a possible bull indicator and reflect that strength into these charts. And if the 15-minute strength can roll over into the 30-minute, it's going to be crucial and critical, as we see here live in the action, right? As I'm doing this video, if you rewind and look at the earlier parts, it was actually red sitting sideways, and it's our first moment here from red to green, slightly trying to pick up, and it still has a few more minutes for this bar to close and confirm if those inflows are going to begin. And it's going to be crucial for these inflows to continue pushing upwards, cross over the midpoint, and start reflecting that strength into these charts pretty quickly. Eventually cancel out this bear indicator as well, pull up the 1 hour with it, and start reflecting possible strength into these charts with a possible bull indicator. And the first resistance is up here at around the 350 area, 351 area, tight area there where things rejected here in the second half of the day when it tried coming back up, and when those inflows tried picking up on the 15-minute, as we saw earlier, right around that area right here. You could see it. Same thing right there in the charts. That is going to be crucial and critical. And then above that, the next resistance is 353, and where the bear indicator popped up here at the 355 area. So those are the key lows I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. These inflow versus outflows are going to be crucial. They're trying to pick up here on the 30-minute. They need to pick up on the 15-minute as well. Head towards the midpoint, cross it, start reflecting that strength into these charts, possibly cancel out this bear indicator with a possible bull indicator and get that strength over on the 30-minute and get those inflows with strength as well into the 30-minute as they're trying to start reflecting that strength into the charts. It's not guaranteed yet. It needs to close and confirm, but it's trying to bounce back up, and it needs to switch from red to green, close and confirm, and try to push up towards the midpoint. And as always, guys, these are the key levels I'll be watching in both directions, to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial and critical. I'm going to be watching the inflow versus outflow very carefully. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.